Hey everyone, Alan Bauer again here in Bay City, Michigan. Today what I want to talk about is not to compare yourself to other people. What you want to do is just be the best version of yourself that you can be. So, it's like when I lift the kettlebells. I got a buddy of mine way back in the Marine Corps in 1990. I've been in a few years by then, but so my buddy Dave, uh, David was in the Marine Corps with me. We met at the Presidio Monterey out in Monterey, California. So he was going for Tagalog language, which is the language they speak in the Philippines. I was sent over there for Arabic language with the Syrian dialect. And I was kind of disappointed that I got Arabic because I already knew, some Russian, Ukrainian. I thought they were going to send me for that. I kind of breezed through, but no, they sent me for that. But anyway, I run into David then. I was a sergeant back then. He was a lance corporal, and we went our ways. We didn't have the internet and everything to keep in touch. Well, fast forward to 2009, David and I meet up again on a contract. We're both working contract in Afghanistan. I worked as a counterintelligence agent when I was in the Marine Corps. So I'm contracting, and I didn't recognize Dave. Not to sound bad or anything, but I mean, he had, we were both older. Um, he gained some weight, and and I can say that today because this guy's a beast now, man. I mean, he is like the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. But he really inspired me, because we meet up in 2009, and he had gained a lot of weight. Well, what he did, he had worked his butt off, man. He got into the kettlebells, and this is one of the things that inspired me was I looked at Dave later, and this guy's lifting like 100-pound kettlebells, and I mean, he is just like a massive beast now, and he's been doing this, as far as I know, since like 2009. Started working out over in Afghanistan, and I mean, it's just incredible. And, he didn't just jump into this one day and boom, go into it. And I started doing the kettlebells, a few months ago. I kind of done it on and off, but now I've been doing it consistently because I kept doing these workout things, where I'd go do something, I'd lose a lot of weight quick, and then boom, gain it all back. And you probably see a lot of people like that. A lot of people post these before and afters. Oh, look, in 90 days, what I did, and then 90 days later, you don't see the picture of them again, just like you didn't see the one from me because I gained it all back. So I finally said, what can I do consistently every day? And I knew it wasn't going to the gym, but it was just doing a set of kettlebells. So I started off small, and it was kicking my butt, but I'm up to 60 pound on the kettlebells now, and I alternate between 50 and 60. And I feel good about myself. Am I ever going to be like Dave? I don't know. I don't need to be like him. He's an inspiration to me because of what he did. But do I feel bad because I can't lift 100-pound kettlebells? No. My goal right now is to get up to the 70s next. I want to get up through the 60s where I'm not alternating back and forth between the 50s and 60s. I want to get to where I'm on the 60s, and then I start alternating between the 60s and 70s. So all I care about now is just, am I doing something better? I just lifted at lunch. I'm on my break right now. So I lifted at lunch, and I know that I'm a better version of me now. I'm healthier. Every time I go in there, I do this every single day, except for Sundays. I do take Sundays off. Same thing with the business. Karen and I are at 25K vice president level. And we came real close to hitting 50K. We didn't hit it, but we're still working on that. Now, do I look at my upline and say, well, Charity and Janine and Scott and Michael, three of them are all 100K, and Michael's like this presidential director. Am I jealous of them because of it? No. I mean, I'm happy with these people in my life, and I'm inspired by them. They're up at this, and nobody's perfect. We all have our strong suits and our weak suits, but mine, which really helped me, like Scott came out with this book, and we really, got on these same path here on these books and this trainings and things like this. And I've really connected a lot with Scott and got a lot of value out of him lately with this new book, Consistency is a New Currency. He's the one that came up with it, started sharing it, and another girl on his team had gone through it, and she's out there, and I mean, she's kicking butt on it. So I'm like, hey, I gotta get off my butt and start doing it too. So it took me about a month to read it, because I'm really busy. But I finally said, you know what, enough's enough. I'm working 7 days a week, but Saturday I only work 4 hours instead of 11 or 12 hours like the other rest of the week. So I finally sat down and read this. And once I read it, it made sense. And I was kind of doing some of this stuff. I just didn't realize I was. And where I was missing out on areas of my life was just the consistency part. Instead of doing this massive 90-day sprint and all this, like I said, the big thing is not to compare myself. Am I gonna, be angry because I'm not at the same level as Charity or Janine, Scott, or Michael? No, they're an inspiration. I'm gonna learn what I can from them. And everybody has value that I can take something from, things that they do or whatever. I mean, they got there for a reason, and they're all totally different personalities. I mean, nobody's the same, but I take the traits that I like from each person and I use those to help us with our own business, and that's really what it's all about. It's finding something you can do every day. Like I know I can lift the kettlebells. I know I can do my two shakes. I can do my shake in the morning and my shake at lunch. I just did that. And then I'll have my normal meal. And Sunday's a freebie for me. I don't do the shakes on Sunday. I don't lift weights on Sunday. I am doing the videos, and that's something I just started because it was kind of hit and miss. And here's the problem: when you go out and you say, okay, well, I'm going to do one video a day, but you don't really commit to it. It's like, well, I missed a day, and missing a day is an accident. You miss 2 days, it's a trend. You miss three, and you may never recover from it. And that's really true because I've missed it before, and I've gone like 3 months without doing a video, and it goes by before you know it. So now I have this little tracker, not a little tractor that I drive around on, but maybe I did as a kid, but I have this little tracker on the phone. It's an app, or you can just take a calendar and just cross these days, So every day now when I do a video, I cross it out. Today will be my third day consistently on this. And I've been doing this with the weights over 3 months now, and it's really made a difference. Am I in perfect shape? Am I going to go in a bodybuilder contest or, go take my shirt off on the beach right now? No. But I'm a heck of a lot healthier than I was 3 months ago. I'm healthier today than I was yesterday. And that's the important thing. It's not to have these great big long-term goals, even like today, like at work, I'm on the phone all day talking to people, and it can kind of suck at times. So, my thing is, okay, all I have to do is make it to lunch. And I made it to lunch. Now I got an hour break. And then I say, okay, all I have to do is make it to my next little 10-minute break. After that, I just have to make it to the end of the day. I don't focus on getting all the way through this Medicare season on December 7th, where I'm working every single day until then. And then I am going to take a break. But, just find something you can do on the business. Like the perfect thing for this business to do. Don't say, okay, I'm going to, hit 5K executive manager coming in my first week. If you can do that, great. But I mean, I would rather have people that come in and say, you know what? I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I can even do this, but I know I can do one thing. I can reach out to one person a day and share my opportunity with. And that's perfect. I mean, just absolutely perfect, because that's totally duplicatable. I can't bring somebody in here and say, hey, you need to do these, you need to reach out to 20 people a day. And I used to do that. You know what these people do? They're like, well, see you, man. I'm out of here. And I'm not even doing it myself. So that kind of made me a hypocrite that I'm going to preach something to somebody that I'm not even doing. Well, I know I can do one thing a day. And, maybe you don't like talking to people face to face. Do some marketing thing. I hate talking face to face to strangers. Now, I will bring it up. I've come out of my shell quite a bit, but I may seem a little extroverted on here or whatever, but I'm really kind of introverted except around my friends. Like Karen knows me really well, and I mean, I'm total extrovert with her. She knows a side of me that most people don't see. And my very close friends see a pretty good side of me that most people don't see. But, the strangers, they may see somebody kind of standoffish, whatever. But once I get to know people, I do it. But on video, it's totally different, because what I really like about the video too, like if I'm approaching somebody every day and talking to them, say that one a day, I have to go out there and do that. On the video, I do it once, and you know what? My video works for me for years and years and years beyond. This video will still be up on YouTube for years, unless, YouTube shuts down or something, but then we'll have to come up with another plan. But I mean, right now, that is like perfect. And the more you do this, like if I do one of these videos a day, just think about it, in a year, I'll have 365 videos. That's a lot of content for people to come to. So that's all I wanted to talk about today is consistency, and just keep track of, hold yourself accountable. Get an accountability partner, or even if you don't have one, start anyway, but find one thing you can do in life. Maybe it's doing a video, maybe it's doing an article, maybe it's doing a curiosity post on Facebook, maybe it's actually just having a conversation with somebody saying, hey, I'm taking the CBD products, it's working great for me. Would you like to take a look at it? Here's my website. Boom, that's it. You are done for the day. Put the X on the calendar and see how many X's in a row you get. Don't worry about like, oh, I need to get 90 of them, or just say today, that's it. And like today, it's, just a little bit after, what is it, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I'm done. This is it for the day. This is my thing. So I hit that goal. And sometimes I do it first thing in the morning. Like if I get up early, I can hit it before work, and then I know I've accomplished my goal. And I don't have to say like, oh man, I got to write, these 3 articles and do these 14 videos and get them all professionally edited. I don't care about professional edited. Just do what's easy for you. Maybe do a Facebook Live, whatever it is. Get out there, do something for your business, and just do it consistently. Give yourself a 3-day promise. Do it day 1, do it day 2, do it day 3. And from there, you just keep building on it, a day at a time. Don't focus on the long-term stuff. Just focus a day at a time and get out there and do it. So that's all I wanted to say. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. All you have to worry is that you are heading in that right direction. You don't need these elaborate goals. I'm going to make 100,000 and have this yacht and all this stuff by the end of the year or whatever. Those things never really work, I mean, for some people they do, that's great. But I mean, for most of the people, at least 80% of the people, those things do not work. 80% of the people, just like myself, we need to go day by day and just set that goal. Set one little minor goal. If you happen to do more than that, great. But you hit that minor goal, check that block off on the calendar, and you are done for the day. You've accomplished your goal, and you're one step closer. Think about it. You reach out 365 times a year. That's 365 people that you reached out to. You get some of those people will join you. You teach them the same thing. That thing will snowball. You're going to go better than somebody that's out there cold calling 200 calls a day on their own, because they're not going to have the duplication. You just do one a day, teach other people to do one a day, and this thing will get you where you want to go. That's all I got for today. Thanks.